Hello everyone, I'm Brother Ziming. Which one is coming to Turkey this time? There are so many historic sites in Istanbul. So scary this singer and so handsome. There is a card called Topka Shooting Skills. In the past, before the fall of Turkey we were sultans, that is, presidents lived in the palace and came to Turkey, so it became a museum, just showing the previous life. What's the life of the emperor? My main thing is not to see how beautiful the palace is. In fact, it's the main thing.
Look, there is a treasure hall inside, which is actually just like my mainland. There is a treasure hall show inside, which was kept secret in the past, such as Kangxi and Ding Qianlong. Qianlong really likes foreign clocks and Turkish people wear masks. I have worn them all since 2022 because it's so embarrassing. In fact, the problem is that when you are not old, you really wear masks. There is something wrong with it. Why don't you bury this Chinese first? I really don't recommend Chinese tourists, but I already have it.
All tourists seem to be foreigners. Domestic ones are fewer and it's less crowded. Hotels feel similar. Exchange rate-wise, divide by 2 or around 22 for Hong Kong. Home rate's like 2.22, so 420 mosquitoes, 200 is still pricey. Admission's expensive, but tickets are easy to enter.
Maybe I'm so proud of coming to Turkey. I think it feels a little like the mainland 20 years ago. When you talk about people, you don't talk about equipment, you don't talk about hardware. I feel that everything is so casual. That is, it may be like a scooter, walking on a pavement or a road. In fact, it's all so-called. Some policemen said hello when they saw my, which is like today. I rode a bicycle and went to a blue cathedral. That is, I thought I would stop me. That is, it was a bicycle. That is, it was your reason to ride a bicycle into the Forbidden City, for example. But when you looked at me, I said hello for 4 mornings. That is, it was completely. Let me take a picture of it. I think it's amazing. That is, you can do it yourself. That is, it's not easy to get me. That's why don't you set up a bike? I hit it and wiped it. And there were people talking again during the array. I felt so awkward when I saw me killing it. I saw a group with a flag boy, all of which were tied to a Korean flag boy. It seemed like this. It's like this. That is how dense the people are.
So, in fact, I think if you don't win the COVID-19 and you want to win the COVID-19, I think you can come here. Basically, if you don't win the COVID-19, I think you win the chance. It's all hard and stagnant. It was in the 18th century, that is, in the 1970s, when a dragon chair was built by gold. Wow, how good it is to be an emperor. Or how big a sultan's bed is. It must not be alone.
What palace is it? Because it is high, you can see the bridge of Istanbul when you go up. And you can see the opposite side. This side belongs to Europe, so it is called the Old City. The opposite area is called the Asian area. This one is connected to Asia. In fact, this palace is connected to them all the way. Just a... Let's visit the inside and see what's inside. There are so many groups and stalls. In fact, being an emperor is so boring. How is there a palace system so small?
If you get the chance, watch the Emperor's life on YouTube. How tragic. Can you interact with concubines somehow? So because I look down, there are some walls. It's the old city. Looking all the way down from the front of the left, there are some new towns. Some commercial buildings are so carefully how beautiful the bricks are. It's really so sharp. If there are some water spraying places, there is a room, and it's a ghost. What is the museum model? In this way, a road is called for you to go left and right, back and front. Financing is just one room at a time. I like to go in, so I use some glass of different colors. What is this one? What is this one? Wow. In the 1960s, Arthurman's following talk was so angry that he wrote about the monnet tree. I don't know what the shell is. That is, the objects behind it. Mother of pearl. It turns out that it must be a real tire this time. It's a Malone chair. The blue ground color is turquoise. That is, wow, there is ruby red treasure. There is a fine red treasure on the edge of the treasure.
Gold and silver are buried with crystal quartz, that is, stone eagles, crystals and emeralds on arowana fish. I should be interested in turquoise. Turquoise is called turquoise by some people. In fact, it is not produced in Turkey, but it was introduced into Europe from Turkey that year, so some people call it turquoise, so turquoise is called turquoise in Turkey. On the contrary, there is turquoise in the mainland. And there is turquoise in Iran. Of course, there are many different qualities of turquoise.
Where's this one? Seeing the truth, the carving is actually beautiful. If pearl is a shell, it is actually not a pearl. It is a shell or gold because there is a gold medal on it. I don't know what the green one is. But there are a lot of turquoise, and it's so beautiful to bury a turquoise. There are some cracks, or I can't see it too far. In fact, it's not a brickwork. I can see it drawn one by one. What a good craftsmanship! Look at this flower. There are many flowers in the middle, but the flowers are different. It's so obvious that they are drawn by hand. They all look similar. Each one is different. Well, will it be a new family? Well, there are so many people on the opposite side. What are they doing? It must be a new district. A lot of exchange buildings. I saw the beautiful scenery. So many people walked over and looked down. For example, if you pay attention, people actually wear masks, but many people cough all the time.
People wear it. If I wear it, it looks strange. What does it mean to wear it? If you are indeed sick, you are really sick, so be careful. So, if I wear a mask, I should believe that many people will avoid me. In fact, I should wear it. The opposite side is Asia. There are many high-rise buildings opposite the new district. The wall is still reserved. It just surrounds an old city. It's actually special. It's just like a sea, but I don't know why so many people are busy looking at it.
Okay, it's finally here. There are people singing all the way. I don't know what kind of songs are playing, what kind of songs are being kept secret, what kind of songs are being played.
The black stone case, some mysterious dark stone in Saudi Arabia, may be part of Mecca tides, paired with a shell.
The shell somehow encases the black stone. Pretend to be a black stone, isn't it a fight? It turns out that it's really a live degree.
A sharp one. This one is from the 1st century AD, and this one should be the so-called envoy. John buried a skull to the hand bone, made one and inlaid it with gold, and buried it with a lot of different shrimp carvings. It's John, it's Jesus, so it's called John the Baptist. The bones are wrapped in some gold, and there is a skull. It hurts some rubies and gets one that looks so sacred and so scary.
But there are too many people in the department, and I can see it. It's like a bone. How interesting does it feel? It's an object in the treasure museum at home. I think it's all of favourite cups in this era. They all need gems in Britain. Wow, the gems on them are rose cut, so they don't actually tie them. Flash, ruby and turquoise, all of them are pendulum clocks and favourite cups, all of which are British brands. Maverick will. Together with the jewellery bag, I used to be so rich. Man, Turkey and I are all looking at the museum this time. To be more serious, they are all swords and swords thousands of years ago. Are they? In 1214, there are so many knives and frugality.
In the 18th century, I guess it belonged to an emperor.
It turned out to be a diamond, but I don't know what it is. It really is.
The cut is really not like diamond cut is like crystal red treasure is not surprising. The red treasure is a real red treasure, but it's not surprising that the beautiful colours and spinels may be tied. If you want to really see it, you really need to use a magnifying glass. The emperor is really an emperor. If a person doesn't want to have such specifications, it's really worth a lot of money. There are two things to talk about below. They should be my horse, that is, they are like a horse's hoof. That is, they are used for people to step on the horse. And there are so many precious stones. The carver is so careful and frightening, but it's not necessary to use some claws to hurt them, because the claws may not be strong enough.
10,000 gold are all made of bags. That is, they are wrapped in a word. Everything is wrapped. This one is a sword and a buried wave. These are all royal weapons. They should be so big brown in the middle. The color is so black, I think that people in the course have started to use turquoise, gold, turquoise, red and green. Treasures are characteristic, and there are still a lot of them at home, and jewelry is in several color combinations. In the later period, I have a few windows. Wow, this bag boy is so proud of it. The gems must be gems with some gold, but I don't know what gems they are for so many years, and the colors are still so bright. The gems are done first. If you talk about the fake oil color, the color is not as strong as the sun. It should be a big elephant. It seems to have 2 holes. It should not be the eyes. It should be more protruding than an ivory tusk. It should be a tight one, a few cards of diamonds. Immediate diamonds, to put it strictly. There was a handsome boy who felt that this stone was worthless, so he used a few pieces of love to fork it, and then a caring person found the bottle of stone. After that, I owe it to the emperor. It's a pearl shap. It's a shape. After that, it's all tied in a case and each is tied to a bag. When you see it, it seems that it's not tied. It's too big. It's so big, so it's so flashy. When you see it, it's just cutting it. The stones and sweeping stones on the side are not mine, but there are some cuts at home, so if the flash system is not enough for me, the flash pressure is really large and the quietness is so high. But why don't I say that the bigger the diamond, the higher the positivity? As for just looking at the words, I want to tie them correctly and cleanly. In addition, there is a knife. The most famous one is the knife with 3 big emeralds on it. Originally, it's the presidents of Turkey, Russia and Turkey who scared the Sultan and wanted to send it to Persia, you know. At that time, the Emperor of Persia was assassinated to death, so I sent it out. Hey, let me talk about a few green treasures. In fact, there is still a green book with a cover. Do you remember that it is 4 on the Earth platform? It's a big green treasure, think about it. Oh, Turkey is such a big country. I used to give it away without a bad conversation, but you will see emeralds. In fact, they all contain a lot of contents, so you say emeralds are really a brittle gemstone.
It's so easy to hunt. I still have a tail. It's really like the emperor made it first. All the diamonds are wrapped in frost and the stones are so irregular. That is, when the diamonds were cutting, I tried to keep them as good as possible. I want to keep them turned over. If you see the face, the flowers in the middle of many faces are bright. In fact, the most important thing is to look at a big emerald, an emerald, and the color is serious.
Dye it first, but although it's like that, there are all ways to do it. Just one, hey, I'm traveling, there are so many travel items, so I have to avoid it. Emeralds, you want to be beautiful and rubbish. It's so rare that even people in Sudan can't find it. And my mining technology is no longer the same as before. I am afraid of beautiful gemstones. There are more orange gems than before. I dare not say whether they look like coral. Do you think they look like coral if they are so big? The types of coughing are like this. During the formation, the emperor used a stork and didn't know what kind of stone was used. Everyone estimated that they used different stones. The whole shot came out, and there were some orange stones. Well, please leave a message for me to hear. It seems to be the color of coral, but it's not the red coral. I don't know what it seems to be. It seems to be a British window. It seems to be a ranking of the troops. I don't know if you can see it. It should be a pearl. Well, it definitely isn't a freshwater pearl. It should be a natural pearl. It's a lot of money. It's more expensive than diamonds. Rubies are used for drinking pearls. In addition to using some gold to wrap it so that it doesn't fall, it's really transparent. The stone is not like a diamond. It can be thrown. That is, it's gold. I don't know how much K gold it is. The system is easy to fall. That is, it won't be hurt well. In fact, the most important thing to look at is to look at the natural pearls on it, which can be hurt from thin to big to each grain, you see.
If you hold it like this, you will return to the window, because natural pearls are really of the same size. Will they be perfectly round?
See the light of day again. What's the palace? If you want to see it, just look at the admission fee. I think. In terms of Turkish prices, it is expensive, but it is actually very expensive. Look at Turkish jewelry. Yuetuman Turkish jewelry. The jewelry hall in the palace. Just finish looking at the well. There are wells in every palace. If you don't tie something for the concubine's head to the end, then let's take a look at it. I think instead I will tie the best thing first. If my wife comes to the museum shop because she really likes it, she will go buy it. Think museum.
It's the happiest to listen to the Deal Museum Shop. Just take a look at what the museum shop has to buy. It's obviously an imitation of the head first. It's called a spoon maker. There is a boy who uses some spoons to take advantage of this grain, so it's called spoon maker diamond. This is called so it's all tied. The middle grain is not spoon maker or diamond. To be honest, look at this diamond. There are already fewer diamonds on the side, and the diamond in the middle is just a stone, of course.
These sword boys are so similar to those sword boys. I used to buy doll books and get some sword boys, Huang Yulong, as a free gift. After reading them, I first discovered these sword boys. Men are all interested in these swords and swords. The coffee stone is called Tina, which is called Thunderstone. There is a kind of stone in Turkey. It's so white and transparent. When you see it, it's brown. Everyone is so proud. Wow, this one is going to the Turkish museum. One of them has to be seen. Listen to the sun. Take a look first.
You will see the Aegean Sea. Actually, there are a lot of blue stones in the Mediterranean Sea, and there are an eye in it. In fact, there are many different explanations. Some horns are the eye of the devil, some are the eye of love, some are the evil spirits, and some are the evil spirits. Love sucks ghosts. Some people say I'm a nightmare. So many people think that this is a lucky one, so if you have the opportunity, you can buy some houses. These are not beautiful, these are like glass.
79 mosquitoes are similar to about HK 304. Mosquitoes are so beautiful and not beautiful. They are so beautiful. They are a round-eyed boon-maker diamond. The buried shadow seems to have some connotations. I talk about one eye first, and the other hand is so famous. I will see it from time to time. So let some people wash their hands, wash their feet, go to Uslan to teach Jongi to wash their feet and hold their hands. I'm so scared that I wash my hands. If I don't clean them at the right time, I'm looking at the YouTube of Turkish royal jewelry. That's all about it. There must be a lot of YouTube talks about Turkey in Cantonese, but when you focus on jewelry, I think it's less, if you think it's interesting to go in such a direction. Few people talk about it when you come forward and you think it's interesting and like it, so maybe I'll do more next time. Okay, I'll share it today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope you will subscribe. Bye.